Hey there, Jed Coburnus here from jedcoburnus.com, and welcome to Talk Therapy. It's just a tool that I use to get past my analytical mind and to get to know myself better. And on top of all of that, maybe inspire one person and do the same thing. Just hit record, start talking, don't think about what you're going to talk about. Just start talking. You don't have to share it to the world like I do, but who knows? Maybe you'd want to also. So yesterday I had an awesome conversation about type 2 diabetes, right? Type 2 diabetes. Type 1, there's not much you can do, right? Child onset, or your pancreas doesn't work, doesn't produce insulin, stuff like that. Doesn't work correctly, all that fun stuff. Not really fun, but that's what it's about. Type 2, however, is this. It is plain and simply like a musculoskeletal disorder. Something that does not happen overnight. Some of it's genetics. A lot of it is behavior. And that right there, that word, when I say type 2 diabetes is behavior, is going to piss a lot of people off. It is. And I'm okay with that. Because genetics, some people will say, well, I have, my grandpa had diabetes, my dad had diabetes, my grandma had diabetes, my mom had, whatever, right? My aunt, my brothers, whatever it is, they had diabetes. If they were type 1, I understand that. Type 2. The cold hard truth about type 2 diabetes is it is preventable. Whoa, right? That's a pretty bold statement. It's just like, it's not just like, but if you could compare a musculoskeletal disorder to type 2 diabetes, this is what it breaks down to. You start a job and you have a certain amount of lifting, pushing, pulling, and you're, 30, and you do that for 20 years. Your back's not going to hurt, your shoulders aren't going to hurt, your knees, hips, all of that stuff within the first 5 years. It's going to take some years to break down, right? In lifting mechanics, you can prevent a musculoskeletal disorder. So if you, and I'm not outside of any of this, I have a bad back, but I keep it strong, so actually I have a good back, right? I have a very strong back, but I live with some chronic pain. But anyway, so you use poor body mechanics, and then you strain your back, and then you herniate a disc, and all of that, and you didn't have to do that, right? You didn't have to use those body mechanics to lift, push, pull, whatever you're doing. Did you? No. Some would argue that too, would say, well, yeah, I had to. We didn't have anything, and I just had to push through it and get the numbers out, or whatever it is. You didn't have to. And that's the same thing with diabetes. Type 2. Like I said, this might piss some people off, but some people need to hear it. Some people aren't ready to hear it. But type 2 diabetes, while we're young, right? While we are young, we can prevent it. Our genetics only play, right? Our parents' genetics only play 50% of what we have, of our DNA. 50%. The rest is up to you. It is. So you make up the rest of that 50%, and your behavior, your lifestyle, your thoughts, your everything, every moment of every day, you're choosing to live, to be how you are. So as soon as you wake up in the morning and skip breakfast and go to work and chug a pot of coffee down and then eat about 3 or 4 donuts, maybe 1 donut, and maybe you're eating an apple, and then maybe you're really trying, and then you'll have a banana a little bit. Then you'll really go, then you go to a fast food joint and hit that because you're extremely hungry. Okay, now, that's a pretty worst case scenario. What if you're really trying, and your blood sugar is still really high? That happens too, right? Like, everybody's different. But what I'm saying is prevent it. Why wait until your blood sugar cannot be controlled without insulin? Why wait until your body just has poor circulation because it is insulin resistant? It is preventable. But after you have it, what next? And you're trying your ass off, right? Like, you are trying to keep your blood sugars low. But you have to take your insulin, which has a side effect of weight gain, right? That would get frustrating as hell. I get that. So why not just eat whatever you want? Because you're going to gain weight anyway? No. Don't do that. What if after you have type 2 diabetes, you can't get rid of it, right? What if? Because because the damage is done. The damage is done. Your pancreas is now damaged. It's now like, you know what? No way. And your body is like, no, we're not going to do insulin anymore. We're going to resist it. So you got to keep pumping it and pumping it and pumping it through so it can work. But if you really get down to the nitty-gritty of it all, this is going to piss some people off. And like I said, I'm okay with it. It's just how it works. Take responsibility for getting to where you were right now. Let that sink in. You didn't have to eat like you ate. You didn't have to be inactive. You didn't have to do all the things that you've done in your life up until right now. But as soon as you get to know the person inside, like, really understand yourself. Like, be aware of every moment of every day. And how do you get to that point? Counseling is one way. Like, professional counseling. It's not a bad thing. It's really not. This is what I do right here. This is my counseling. It's talk therapy. I get to just talk. I don't say stuff to piss people off. I just say stuff because this is what's on my mind. This is what I want to talk about. This is what I need to talk about. I need to just put it out there so that I can just be done with it. Be like, okay, this is what I think. You can talk to friends, family, talk to a complete stranger, talk to, find an outlet, exercise, talk on the phone. But continuing the same path and being pissed off at the world for what is happening is only going to make it worse. It will. Behavior is something that nobody really wants to talk about because you can't blame anybody. You can't point fingers. The only finger you get to point is the one at yourself. I did this to me. No, I will fix it. Now, I will take responsibility for my own happenings. I'm not talking about the crazy outliers that, if you get hit by a car and you're impaled and, parts of your body shut down and now you're living without certain parts of your body. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your general average person. Whatever that looks like nowadays. What does that look like? have to indulge in all of the treat days at work. You don't have to have ice cream at night every night. Read your food labels. Understand what they mean. It just takes practice. Just takes practice. And a level of care for yourself. Like, really. If you fix everybody else first and help everybody else first and help yourself last, it's kind of backwards thinking, don't you think? I've been there. And it seems really odd to me that I fixed myself first when I first started. But now, if I don't get myself right, there's no way I can help anybody else. It's exactly how it operates. And it's backwards thinking to the backwards thinking. So you're reversing the process of helping yourself. We're fixers. We're doers. We want to help everybody else first. Why? Because it's easier to tell somebody what to do than to just follow your own advice and do that. It is. But I've gotten to the point where if I give advice, I better damn well be doing what I'm saying. If not, I can't really give that advice, and I won't give that advice. I won't even entertain the thought of giving people advice if I don't follow what I'm saying. So type 2 diabetes. I mean no harm when I say that it's preventable, right? I mean no harm by that. It may piss people off, but after the damage is done, it does suck, right? Like, I get it. You try your ass off and you're still not getting anywhere. It would be frustrating. You just can't give up. You got to keep doing you, right? Like, you got to keep believing in yourself and know that someday you will come out on the other side a better person, helping everybody else. But you got to help yourself first. I believe in you. I really do. You're going to do it. Anybody who's listening in to this session of my talk therapy, getting this far, 13 minutes, you will do it. You will. If you want my help, let me know. Otherwise, just keep trucking. Keep making small changes. Ask your doctor about different medications that don't have side effects of weight gain. There's actually one coming out. There's a drug out there, not drug, but insulin out there that actually has a side effect of weight loss. I think it's been out there since 2006, something like that. So, keep asking. Don't get compliant. Keep challenging the system. Keep challenging your system. So there it is. If you're willing to change from the neck up, you will change from the neck down. I believe in you. Now it's your turn to start believing in yourself. Stay safe out there. Be blessed. Bye for now.